He starts behind, and he was always behind. Bruce, now Ward, back to the goal square. Lewis hasn't had a touch yet.
Up the pressure, you get the shots at goal.
He tugs that left. With his hands full, Gunston the mark not paid. Lewis Young on the wraparound. Pushed off Walsh at just the right moment. Down the wing, and Young.
Thrown a lifeline and had a fantastic pre-season.
Roosters going to have to fly here against some big defence, and there's never really a chance.
And now Anderson keeps it low, going back. That's brave. Great mark from Young. Just his Levi's still hungry for more. Newman, Rankin. Young's under the pump. He gives it
momentum going and continued into the season as Powell goes long and deep.
There to Doherty. And the Blues defence holds firm. Young. They're not completely out of it just yet. Marshall, with Young wearing him like a glove, thumps it out. Points or 2 points doesn't make much difference. Big leap! Yup. They need a mark from this. Georgiades, not quite. Young got back there.
Here, watch his right fist coming in. No, that is well done, lucky Young.
Doherty tries to get hold of his jumper, fires to full forward. Bouncing ball for Young. Plenty of time. Real luxury at this level.
That might play it on Big Sean as well. Kick was a bit too tall for Lobb, and it's out of bounds.
Falls into the lap of the Carlton defenders. Young back through the corridor to Williams.
Back to Ryan, who drives the ball long. In the end, Young read it well in the air.
Tries to pull the trigger long. Lockie Young's gone forward. In good shape. The defender's taking a big mark.
Debut against Carlton back in 2017 as a Bulldog directly in front. Here come the Blues.
Kicks the goal. It starts with that.
Zerha. Young held on for the ride.
I'll get that ball out of there.
Taylor sets it up. DeConing got disrupted, but he's still
Enough at the moment.
DeConing sore, which will be a big concern to the cup. Davies Uniacke starting to get into the game. Blues have the edge here, though, as it goes no further than Young. He really used the stand rule to advantage in the square.
And now it's a pack.
Goldstein stays as the others led, and the kick was in between, and it was really nowhere. Young takes the saving mark for the Blues. Aggressive approach, the hard switch for Fisher. Well, after Goldstein, they didn't give him a lot of respect. Larkey's in the mix, but it never quite arrived. And there's Young showing his intercepting prowess. Spots Kennedy.
That's 5 intercept.
And still going at it. You know he'll go straight ahead. Lights out.
A bit of frustration. I don't think Young's got anything to worry about there.
Hoping that Larkey can jump up. And Young eclipsed him again, stood his ground.
Murphy puts it over the head of Himmelberg, and outplayed by the Blues this afternoon so far in this. That one spanked to the boundary. Duday heads wide. Himmelberg gets up. Savani came at him. Pressure on the kick, heads wide. Young plays on quickly. Goal. It's got McAdam long. Doesn't hit him. Young chopped it off.
With some conservatism down the line, he does. Hickey trying to get a run at it. Franklin did from the side, but outdone. For Florida. Here go the Swans. Long, deep ball there. Looking in.
Wicks tried to find a way through and couldn't.
To run away. Is he within range? Does he launch and get him under 20 points? I think it's there.
Review complete. Looking at this angle, we can see the ball is touched by the right hand of the Carlton defender before crossing the back of the goal line. Position on the scoreboard.
And level for the Bud. Cavalry arrive in the form of Big Laddams. They needed someone a bit smaller.
Pushing forward.
So Cameron now looking for Cox. Wrapped up beautifully. Elliott. Now it's on the ground. He's always dangerous.
Run down by Dow. Awkward bounce over the head of Young. Cox there as well, goes to ground. Young's got some support.
Adams, he just went in and stole it. Left foot around the corner. Hasn't quite got the journey. Myercheck, Young.
Delivers the footy to the outer side. Mackay, good hand. Cutler. Dumps it in the Durham direction. Big blue fist. Directs it in the right direction. Long and wide. Great ball there for Sard.
Slippery conditions.
Crying very, very firmly.
What would he go in?
Yes, what would he dress in?
You'd get those legs out, wouldn't you?
Good mark taken by Young.
Never you mind, Hodgie.
Young sending it sideways to now Perkins. Around the corner, this could work for Wright.
He comes up to lend a hand and then a high one. Young did well. I still want to go fast here. The one forward. Massive Young fist.
Mackay was definitely out.
Jones is able to be chopped off by Young.
Chase, Prestia gets there first, tumbles it towards Lynch. Lewis Young. Easy kick down the line. Young, not confident enough. Point. Young, not quite. Allows Bolter in. To Lynch, couldn't quite. Pickett continued on and then gets wrapped up by Lewis Young and go to the top of the square. Lynch, revolt, Young. Little ball over the top. It comes unstuck. Tigers, lack of communication.
By Edwards, short runs onto it, straight into Young, who takes him down.
Revolt nurses it towards Lynch.
Doesn't quite get all of it, gets it to 50.
Onto his left, can he kick another? It floats deep into the square. Young kills.
There is Young. Sends it to a contest on the wing.
Doesn't need them to find this.
Still pressure now, Banfield. Schultz dishes it out to Lobb. Can he go off the ground? Good defence, the blue. Lobb, he's got Collier. Launches it deeper to Taberner. Good fist in the end from Young.
Gives it off to Steele. Super on return last week. Affect the mark. Hill. Heard the umpires. Knocked away this time from King by Young. Silva.
Got to be at least 50 in the house or more. Here's Young.
It's in front by a couple of points. Fourth lead change of the night. In the end, big win.
He had no other alternative but to go down the line. Marshall there and good mark over the top. Young.
And slap.
One hand
hard to control that.
But he was facing towards the boundary. That's probably the giveaway.
Launches it to where he'd like to be. Two blue. The way we're going. Shuey floats it in.
Coast find it again through Kelly. And just pump it long. Darling wrestling. Young almost. He will be paid. They want another before half-time. Shuey goes in long. Darling there. Well done by Young. Petrevski-Seton back for the run of Shuey. Driving ball up towards Darling, who had too many to beat. Ball up. Natanui to Kennedy. The set play. It's the ball, but didn't get great purchase. True take it to ground.
De Koning, out-muscled in the end by Stanley. Floats the ball forward. Cameron and Hawkins, front spot.
Two loitering now, Young. They've got the overlap out there. It's work.
A lot of footy left. Blitzarves towards Rowan. Young was important. Got the double fist in and sent it towards the boundary line.
Dangerfield, they're really happy to go one-on-one with Cameron. You don't want to go to ground. Lewis Young's got to get back up quickly. Stanley body.
Carlton Spear is on the other wing, so they're getting caught for numbers here. A Spear.
Opportunity for Bruce against two. Couldn't really get there, and that's great through the tackle from Taranto, and that Chera plays it back for Young, who gets the weighting just right. And Fisher, the Carlton player, filling the space. It was Setterfield doing that running you talked about earlier. Kingy providing the coverage.
Fogarty. Caught by Young. Did he have prior? Yes. Handball off. Gave it to the right man. Tex. Couldn't bend it enough. Walker's under this. Himmelberg under it. And Young. There's that double fister from Young again. Sets it up for the leapers again, and good pluck this time, but he couldn't pounce. Dawson bangs it back out, and it'll be coming back Young.
Get it back in. McCarthy smothered. Young will feel like he wants to get back in, and really Marchbank back, just his second game in 3 years, and
now he's away. He's got Hipwood streaming goalward, but Lewis Young wins it, gets it inside 50. Young turn and launch it long. Cameron will set himself, but Young will float.
Lockie Neal got back to Berry. Lewis Young wandered the boundary line.
The D's take the advantage, one-on-one. Young got...
Field position becomes so important. If you can release that pressure.
Nice. He's going to find a way through. Not much space, but he goes long. Brown again launches. Young got rid of him.
Off a step. Driving ball. Brown's about the place. Knocks it to ground. Not quite.
Thought about Salem and then sets it up. Or body's coming in, and it's a bit of friendly fire there. Jacob Wiedering just had the wind taken out. Have a look at...
He made a great decision, Wiedering, to come forward off his man.
Releases Jaden Hunt. And hard going for Ben Brown early. Fisted. It's hard for everyone. The All-Australian fullback from last year, May. Brayshaw's having an All-Australian.
Handball intercepted by Brayshaw. Thumps it into the middle of the MCG. Young.
His way through. Brayshaw gets boot to ball. Over the head of Viney, and Young was looking for the boundary line.
Brayshaw. Cluster forms. Caught and grabbing the inbox.
So many great battles everywhere from the very first bounce. Over the head of Brown and contest. Numbers cubed back. We're singing the praises of
Pickett. Floats the ball towards half forward. Young. Involved with the handball. Marchbank.
May. Big fist back. Tried to play on. They've turned it over. Ben Brown back down the line. Young was up to the challenge.
For Dacos. Thumping long ball. Young's got to come across and did that well. High and long. Nervous Carlton defenders.
It didn't work out for Collingwood there, but that's the odds on. Maynard's taking a look, and he goes straight up the middle. McCreary's got to be strong. Young over the top, did well. This will be paid. Good mark by Young. He read
body as he so often does by hand. Now Ginnivan absorbs the tackle and walks out.
The fend off, the tackle not so good, and the kick. Maynard. Elliott outside. McCreary's got to go. Young confronts the ball.